All right, and we are back on SMC Sports, 15 minutes past the hour on 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, New Jersey, online at WMSCRadio.com and on the iHeartRadio app. So, Sean McChesney in the studio alongside Anthony Fastigi. Mario Papa and Sean Martin have moved to Studio B.
Yeah, I don't get the faux stuff at you from here anymore.
Because now we are being joined by two Montclair State women's basketball players, Katie Sire and Kate Tobie. Guys, what is going on?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Hi.
So we had Kayla on before. This is actually a little bit of a surprise. We thought the fun was stopping there. So now we get a little bit more fun, a little bit more coverage on you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Panzer Athletic Center, NJAC semifinal against William Paterson. The season that you guys have had, a lot of ups, a little bit of downs this year, not the little bit used to what we're seeing with Red Hawk basketball. Give me your guys' perspectives on what it means this year to be the number one seed in this tournament.
I mean, we definitely have come a long way, and we're just thrilled that we were able to pull it together for the end of the season and be able to be the one seed at the end.
I think this team has been through a lot this year, and, I think a lot of people almost doubt us in the beginning of the season, being like our loss last year, so I think getting the one seed this year for the tournament really means a lot to all of us.
Yeah, definitely, and, my question for Sire here is that, in the two matchups against William Paterson previously in this season, 18 points in both those games, 11 both times in the second half. What are you just expecting from them defensively here in this game? Do you think they're going to try to, obviously if they key in on you, you're able to distribute the ball, get it out to your shooters, and you guys have an advantage in three-point shooting, or are you expecting them to, lock in on that and get a similar look defensively from them?
I think they're really going to play a lot of zone and keep it kind of compact, so I'm really going to try to look for our shooters, distribute the ball a lot, and we'll see what happens.
My question from both of you is, what are you guys doing to prepare for this game? Because it's a very potential matchup, very exciting matchup, I guess you would say. So anything going around with Coach Harvey asking, what are you guys doing to prepare for tomorrow's game?
Well, yesterday at practice, we focused on our zone defense because we're kind of changing it up, trying to do different things. So definitely working on our zone, trying to make sure our offense is crisp and we feel comfortable with it.
Are you guys confident to be able to come out with the same tempo you have the last 8 games after a 6-day break?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of momentum right now. I think we're feeling really good as a team, especially after getting that one seed. So I think tomorrow night we're going to come out really strong, and it's going to look good.
And obviously we touch on those last 8 games. We'll take us back to Puerto Rico when Kayla goes down with the injury. After that, it was a tough winter break for you guys. You lost to Rowan on home court. You lost to Stockton at Stockton. It was a very tough winter break for you guys. Somehow it all clicks at some point. 8 straight wins, number one seed, which includes in those 8 wins against Rowan at Rowan. You were credited for it, of course, Katie Sire, and a win against Stockton on home court to end the regular season. You win the coin flip with Rowan, you get the number one seed. Just going off, what do you guys think? Where did it all start to finally click, saying, we lost our top scorer, we lost our senior, but we could still pull together and win this thing? What did that mean for you guys? When did it all start to come together?
I think after our Kane loss, we really had to break it down and think about the stuff that we had to change. And ever since then, we've just felt really good about everything and confident in each other. So I think after the Kane loss was when it really started to pick up for us.
I think a lot of people started to step up. I think it took us a while. It was obviously devastating to lose her and everything. But I think as soon as, like she said, after the Kane loss, a lot of different people started to step up, and everything kind of came together for us.
Now, you were both on the floor for last year's NJAC semifinals against TCNJ, a game that you guys were kind of slow out of the gates a little bit. And, without that senior leadership you guys had on the floor in that game with Kate's sister, Melissa, and Zanitza Aquino, who had a big game from beyond the arc shooting, you guys probably wouldn't have advanced to the NJAC championship game. So what's gone into your preparation and, expectations coming into tomorrow's game, knowing that neither of them will be on the floor? Of course, Kate, obviously your sister will be with you on the sidelines, and I'm sure, you've talked to her about this game and what it playing in this moment is going to be like, so you can talk about that. But just a preparation for this game for both of you, how has that been, knowing that, someone else has to step up besides those two that you had last year? And the beauty of this team is it's been a lot of different players at different moments, but especially you two in some of the most recent wins.
Yeah, I would say I feel pretty comfortable with everybody. Like you said, different people step up in different games, but at the same time, you can't take anyone lightly in the tournament because you never know what could happen.
I think the best thing is that it's not necessarily on 2 or 3 people. It's everyone on the court at all times. I think everyone takes leadership roles on this team. And I think we're going to come out really strong tomorrow night.
So, if for some reason your season does end tomorrow, what do you think the most defining moment of this season has been?
Not happening.
Way to be, Mario.
Yeah. Turn his mic off.
What do you think the defining moment of the season has been so far, I should say?
I think just being on this past 8-game winning streak and getting first place and just proving a lot of people wrong and doing so well at the end of the season.
Yeah, it was definitely nice to pull it together. Getting the win at Rowan was probably one of the highlights for our team.
Mario, you could have just said it at that point, man. You could have just said that last part. It would have been fine.
Whatever.
You have the board in front and you can turn his mic off.
It was too late at that point. Damage was done. But just going off on you two, obviously you both being sophomores. You were there last year as freshmen in the Final Four. You were in this NJAC semifinals, so you guys do have experience. So give me your perspective, what it's like to be sophomores in this situation, have so much experience already, and to be playing in this game again with this team now. This is a little bit different from last year. Last year, you guys had the #1 seed from the first 5 minutes of the season. This year, it was almost like you had to fight back for it. Why is this year different?
I think this year's different because, like you said, we had such a successful season last year, and even though Rachel and Zoe weren't getting the minutes that they're getting this year, they had less minutes last year, they definitely have grown a lot since last year, and even though we don't have Melissa or Janitza, I feel like everyone had experienced last season, whether they were on the court or not. So this year, we all just know what it takes and what's supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and going on that, specifically for Sire here, what does it mean for you to, your first 2 years here? Obviously, as Sean mentioned, you're both sophomores in your sophomore season. What does it mean to go from, a high school program that wasn't as successful to now a Montclair State Division III team here that doesn't get the huge spotlight of some of the Division I schools, but yet you look at the track record of what you've been able to do in just a short time you've been here. NJAC championship your freshman year, Final Four that same season, and now a chance to go right back to the NJAC championship. What has it meant for you to not only be a part of a winning team for really the first time, but be such a big part of a winning team? It's not just a team that wins, with you on the floor, not being a big contributor. You've been one of the leading scorers and big reasons behind these wins.
It's a great experience compared to not being in such a winning program in high school. Even though it's D3, we have so many talented girls, and it's so nice to be able to say that I won a championship already and went to the Final Four in just my freshman year, and I know that in my next 3 years we'll have so many more great accomplishments like that.
Obviously, before Kayla got hurt, she's a senior, she's a leader. After she went down, who kind of stepped up and rallied you guys together to go on this streak, I guess?
I would say it took a little bit for us to let that soak in and try and figure out what to do next, but I think everybody stepped up. I don't think one person did it on their own. I think all of us had to figure it out together, and that's why we're so successful right now.
And I said that earlier, too.
Yes, you did. All right, so last question here before we wrap up. Obviously tomorrow night is a big game. William Paterson is definitely no joke. Number 5 versus number 1. I'm sure you guys have already thrown that statistic out the window. Mm-hmm. What are you guys expecting out of tomorrow night between both of these teams?
I think it's going to be just like the second time we played them, really close down to the wire. We're hoping to not come out as slow as we did against Willie P the second time. But they're going to be tough. It's going to be a hard fight. It's going to be a battle all the way. But I think we have what it takes if we come out with the right mindset.
Yeah, I agree. You don't want to take anyone lightly right now, and Willie P has a good team, good program, so I think it's going to be a tough one, but we're definitely going to try and come out stronger than we did last time.
Absolutely. Kate and Kate, I want to thank both of you for joining us. We really appreciate the time that you guys have taken out to speak with us. So for those of you who do not know, the NJAC semifinal is tomorrow night at the Panzer Athletic Center right here at Montclair State University. It is the William Paterson Pioneers versus our Montclair State Redhawks, winner to the NJAC championship Friday night. If you can't make the game, hashtag PACPAC, by the way.
Pack, get that going. At WMSC Sports.
If you can't make the game, we have all the coverage here on 90.3 FM, WMSCRadio.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. starting with Brian Galloway and Ryan Long on the pregame, 6:40. 7 p.m. is Craig Orbanoff and our one and only Sean Martin on the call.